Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I'm Grace. Welcome to your Chandra Namaskara, moon salutation today. We do Surya Namaskar, which is Surya. Surya is sun, and Chandra is moon. And Namaskar is our salutation. We've got Xander here, of course. And so let's begin our practice, taking a moment now to feel that earth underneath us. Find your comfortable seat and moving into breath awareness, bringing the breath down to the belly. Just noticing your rhythm of your breath. And as you bring your awareness, noticing it deepens and slows a little bit. With every exhale, feeling that navel, that belly button coming in towards the spine. Every inhale, that belly expanding out. And taking this time to just be with yourself for a moment without any demands of your attention. We have a lot of demands with work, with relationships, with our daily needs, the homes. The world is always demanding our attention, and we can take this time to bring all that loving attention in towards our own heart, our own selves, our own well-being. It's our time. And let's do a couple 3-part yogic breaths, inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, you can engage the bandhas. And then find your exhale, whether it's exhaling in the belly, the ribs, the chest, or you're just releasing the exhale or going down chest, ribs, and belly. A couple more 3-part yogic breaths. Beautiful job. Let's take this moment to scan the body, first the physical body. Just feeling those arms, those legs, back of the body, the front, the lower half, the upper half. Just present to how your body is feeling in this moment in time. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly and bringing your attention as you scan the energy body. How is your energy right now in this moment? No judgment, no right or wrong, just noticing where you're at energetically. Where's your vital body? Energy level. And diving into the inner being, noticing the emotional body, the mental body, the sensations, the inner aliveness. What's going on deep inside you? Taking a moment to scan that. Notice, bring your attention inward. Knowing nothing is good or bad, right or wrong, whatever emotions or sensations. Just noticing with equanimity as that neutral observer. Taking a moment now to set your intention. Always in the positive and in the present, as if you have that intention right here, right now. Subconscious mind only knows the present. If you speak to it in the future or the past, it has a harder time manifesting what you're wanting to create in your life. And take a moment for mental rehearsal, seeing yourself with that intention, feeling the same emotions you'd feel. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Let's do some circles around, just opening the body for some movement. Move into a gentle twist. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine and exhaling, twist. One more breath. And let's move to the other side. It's a gentle twist. Opposite hand to the opposite knee. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, twist. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. Return to center. Let's bring those hands up, clasping them, moving them upside down, and moving in a little lateral, opening that side body. Keeping that breath flowing through the nose. Deep belly breaths. One more time on either side. Beautiful. Back to center and releasing those hands. Let's come up to a standing position. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. All right, so we'll start the the Chandra Namaskara, or the moon salutation. And bring the hands to the hips. The Namaskara, the Chandra Namaskara, we start with our legs wide and then we bring them back together. And the invitation too is with the Moon Chandra, just like our Surya Namaskar, is we're here in this mountain pose, standing pose. We can find those loops to help with our posture, so we can lift the toes, so we can feel a nice lift of the arch in our ankle loop, and then rest those toes down. Feeling the calves engage in shin loop. And feel the knees engage and the quadriceps, a lift of the knees, an engagement of the quadriceps. Pelvic loop, bring that pelvis right into neutral. I always have to tuck my tailbone a little bit. I'm always a little teeny off there. Kidney loop, feeling the lift of the ribs. Shoulder loop, feel that energy come right between the lips. Chin comes back a little bit. Shoulders go back and they drop down. And then skull loop, feeling that pull from the center of your head up towards the heavens and might even grow a quarter of an inch. And feeling that postures, nice loops, so we can know that beautiful posture. And moving back and forth and side to side a little to find that center of gravity for you. It's unique for each person. Bringing the hips to the waist and bringing those arms up. We're going to clasp the hands again, and we're going to move into a nice little half moon, opening up the side body again. Nice lateral movement of the spine. And breathe. You can also have the hands in prayer position. One more breath on this side. And we move over to the other side. Dandy. One more breath here. And moving back to center. We're going to bring those hands down. And we're going to open up the legs. And we're going to move into a nice goddess. So set the foundation first where our feet are on the earth here right now. And have those heels in a little and the feet pointing out a little bit. And then as you bend the knees, they're going to go right over the ankles. Right over the feet. And find your goddess hands. Whatever that is for you. Whether the hands are facing in towards yourself or out to the world. Find your goddess. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Find your squat. One more breath here. And the next inhale, coming up into star pose. Now those 5 lines of energy all coming from this core solar plexus area, moving up, down both legs, up and out both arms and fingertips, and then straight out the crown. Five simultaneous lines of energy or intentions to hold this pose. A nice little micro bend in the knees. Beautiful. We're going to move into triangle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hinge over. I'm hinging over to the right, and then bring that hand down to that block or the earth. Stacking those arms and shoulders in a beautiful triangle. You can look up at the hands or keep the head in alignment with the spine. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Inhaling, next inhale, reaching up into the fingertips. And exhaling the hands down. And bringing the hand on either side of the front foot, and we're going to adjust the foundation. So we're going to move the back foot and the front foot parallel like railroad tracks. And rest in our pyramid. and breathe. And one more breath here. And we're going to drop that back knee down to the earth. Bring that front knee over the ankle in a beautiful low lunge. Bringing the arms up. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Beautiful. And releasing the hands, bringing them back down to the floor. And what we're going to do is bring your weight into the front foot and the front leg. And we're going to shift that foot. So you're on the side of the foot, moving into a nice side lunge. And bringing the hands in front of the heart if you can in Anjali Mudra. Engage those bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. Beautiful. And bringing the hands down to the earth, you're going to bend that extended left leg. So both legs are bent and we're moving into a garland. Nice squat. And bringing the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. And let's bring in the breath. Beautiful job. Let's bring the hands down to the earth. And we're going to take that right leg out, move into a nice side lunge on this side. Bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra and breathe. One more breath. And bringing the hands down. And we're going to move into a low lunge on this other side with the left knee down. The right knee down. Sorry. And left knee is right over the left ankle. And remembering in any practice, can always move out of the pose. If you need a break, come to a seated or savasana. And if there's pain, always back off. And engage the bandhas and breathe in your low lunge. One more nice deep breath. Beautiful job. And bring the hands down to the earth. We're going to curl that back toes under and lift that back leg up. And straighten the legs. Nice micro bend in the knees as you move into pyramid pose. Relaxing in this pose and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful job. And we move into Trikonasana, triangle. Remembering you can always use a block if you want. Nice little micro bend in the knees. You're in one frame, so we're not moving out or back. You're nice between two walls. Stacking those shoulders if you can. And then if you like to gaze up at the fingertips, if that's in your practice, and you have a healthy neck and cervicals. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, bending that front leg a little bit and coming all the way up into your star pose. Nice wide foundation. Feel those two lines of energy in the legs, feeling the feet pressing down into the earth, a gentle engagement and intention. Both arms extended out, fingertips extended out. And then that crown of the head reaching up, feeling the body lengthen. And engage the bandhas and breathe. And one more breath. Beautiful. And we're going to move into Goddess. We're going to adjust that foundation. So bring those heels in a little. Feet are pointing out a little, bending the knees over the feet, bending the arms into your Goddess arms, and engage those bandhas and breathe. Find yours. How much you want to challenge yourself in this. And one more breath here. Inhaling, coming up. Beautiful. Now move into that half moon as we bring the hands up. We're clasping them and move over, opening up the side body. And you can bring the legs together, or they can be wide. I like them together. Breathe. One more breath. And moving over to the other side. Try not to collapse into the side body. Lift, opening up the side body. Feel the weight in both feet. And one more breath. And coming back to center, bringing the hands to the hips. We're going to start over again. Open up those legs for a breath. Coming back together. And we're going to move a little bit quicker this time, moving to breath. So we're going to just take one breath, taking a breath over to one side in our half moon. And moving over to the other side, nice deep breath. Beautiful. Opening up those legs, finding your squat and your goddess. And a nice deep breath here. Inhaling into star. Hinging forward as we move into Trikonasana triangle. Bringing both hands down, moving into pyramid, adjusting those feet so they're both parallel, going 90 degrees. And dropping that knee down as we move into a nice low lunge. And moving into our nice side lunge. Bringing the hands down, bending both knees, moving into garland. Bringing the hands down, extending that right leg to a nice side lunge on the other side. And we're going to bring that back knee down to the floor, that right knee, and bend the left leg as we move into a nice low lunge. And bringing the hands to the earth, curling those back toes, lifting the back leg, and moving into pyramid, resting the chest on that front leg. And then moving into Trikonasana triangle on this side. So you can adjust that back foot a little bit if you like. Extending right arm up, gazing up to the fingertips. Next inhale, coming up into star. 5 simultaneous lines of energy. Bringing those heels in, bending the knees over the feet, bending the arms into your goddess. Inhaling up, bringing the hands together, moving into our half moon. You can bring the feet a little closer if you like. Moving to the other side. And coming back to center, bringing those hands right on the hips. And let's take a moment here in a standing position. If you'd like to come down to seated, if you feel more stable. Bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart. You can find a comfortable position for your feet. Take a couple breaths. And we're working on Dhyarana this week, concentration, single point of focus. We're going to use the breath today as our focus. So noticing that deep belly breath as you rest, bringing your awareness in, fully present and focused on the breath. And I invite you to really let that exhale be full, releasing all the prana, all the energy, all the energy that wants to be released. Nice deep breath. Letting all that no longer serves us go. Brahmacharya this week, our yama, the fourth yama. Letting go the old energies so that we can allow the new energies to move in. Opening the eyes, releasing the hands. Shake out a little bit. Beautiful. That is your moon. Chandra Namaskara. Moon salutation. Beautiful job. Let's open the feet nice and wide. And let's bring the hands to the hips. Tilt that pelvis forward a little bit. Sticking that tailbone out. We're going to hinge down to the floor. Bringing the hands to the floor. Letting the head come down last. And you can come down to a block if you like. Taking a few breaths here. Bring your awareness to that breath. And let's move a little side to side, stretching the legs. A little stretch on the low back too. Nice deep breaths. One more breath on this side. And moving to the other side, feeling a nice stretch. And then coming back to center, bending the knees, and coming down onto our backs. And let's pull those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth a little bit. Bringing the legs up, flexing the feet and flexing and extending the toes. Then coming up into a half shoulder stand. Feet right above as you look up, your eyeballs can see those feet pointing up towards the heavens. Variation, you can bring one foot at a time down to the floor. And then you can bring those feet down to the side. Beautiful. Moving over into your plow. Find your version of your plow, what's in your practice. And then curling yourself up into a little ball. Bring your hands down to the earth. and rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Down on the earth. Beautiful job. Let's extend those legs out. Let's move into our fish. Palms are face down, and we're going to bring them underneath the buttocks. Snuggle those elbows and arms close to the body. As you press into the elbows, lifting the chest and the head up, let the head relax. And then gently coming down to rest on the top of your head. Nice back bend in those upper thoracic. And breathe. One more breath. Next inhale, pressing into those elbows, lifting the chest and the head, straightening the body out and gently coming down onto your back. Releasing the hands from under the buttocks. And let's bring the knees into the chest. Rocking back and forth. Let's bring both feet down to the earth. The knees are up. We'll move into our supine pigeon or four. And my right knee is up. I'm going to rest the left ankle just above my right knee. I'm going to lift that right leg up, clasp my hands behind the right hamstring and gently pull the leg into the body, feeling a really nice hip opening on the left side. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And bask in those beautiful sensations. And one more breath here. And on your exhale, releasing the leg down. We move to the other side. Left knee is up, resting that right ankle just above the left knee. Bringing that left leg in towards the body, clasping your hands behind your left hamstring and gently pulling that left leg into the body, feeling that nice stretch in the right hip. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And one more breath. And releasing the leg down. Beautiful job. And we're going to keep those feet on the floors, the knees up, move into our releases. So beginning with our hula, feeling those hips swivel, the sacrum, the back is resting on the earth. We're just swiveling the hips. I feel that right hip come down, reaching down towards the right foot. The left is reaching up towards the left armpit. And then I can swivel. Opposite, the right is reaching up, the left is reaching down. Notice those beautiful sensations in that lower back and that sacrum area. And breathe. Coming back to center, we move into hip pointers. One hip points up towards the sky, the other rests on the earth. One hip at a time, and you might, after a couple pointers, you might want to lift the whole hip up. That feels good. You're just lifting one hip at a time. And breathe. Enjoying the sensations in your body. Fully present. Keeping that breath flowing. And then coming back to center, move into a little cat-cow on the floor, supine. So first let's go into cat. Feel the small of the back pressing into the earth as you tuck the tailbone under. And then moving into our cow as we feel an extension of the spine, feeling it arch up off the earth. Pelvis is tilting forward as the tailbone is sticking out. Nice arch in the back. Spine is arching up off the earth and moving back and forth into your flexion, cat, and extension, cow. Noticing the sensations, keeping the breath flowing. One more time on either. And coming back to neutral. And let's walk those feet wide, maybe out to the wide edges of the mat, keeping the knees up. We're going to go into single knee drop, dropping one knee at a time into the center. Nice stretch of the hips. Just finding your pace. And breathe. And coming back to center. Both knees up, and let's walk the feet back together. Let's drop both knees over to one side, lifting the top leg and bringing that all the way over to the other side, and allowing the bottom to follow. And if you like, if you prefer windshield wipering those legs side to side, you can do that too. Taking your time, you might want to rest. You get to one side for a moment. Keeping the breath flowing, enjoying the sensations in your body. One more time on either side before we move into our Savasana. Coming back to center and finding any pose that you may want to do, maybe a stretch, bringing the knees to the chest. Final stretch you like to do, your body, a little happy baby, whatever it is your body's feeling. And moving into your Savasana pose, getting in a nice comfortable pose. Relaxing on your back. You can have the hands a little away from the body and your feet, a little legs a little wide. And allowing the entire physical body to sink into the earth. Releasing all the tension in your muscles, in your body. Feeling body release all those little tensions sinking into the earth. Inviting the nervous system and the brain to relax. Find calm. And relaxing into silence as you let the practice integrate, you absorb the energies into all the levels of your being. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. So gently begin to come back, wiggling the fingers and the toes, stretching out the arms and the legs. When you're ready, rolling over to one side or the other, mindfully noticing the shifts and taking a breath here. And coming up to a seated position at the time. So we're going to move into a little bit of breath and meditation. We have time for that and a nice complete practice. Sarvangasana. Feeling those sits bones on the earth, beginning to move into 3-part yogic breath. And we'll move into Viloma, interrupted breathing. So we're going to inhale into that belly in our 3-part yogic breath, and we're going to pause just a moment, inhaling into the ribs, pause, and then bring all that prana and oxygen into the chest, to the collarbone, pause, and then exhale, releasing completely. We'll do a couple more times. Inhaling into the belly, pause, ribs, pause, and chest. Pause, and release. You can exhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, and belly, or just release. And one more time with the inhale. Inhaling into the belly, pause, ribs, pause, and the chest, pause, and exhale. Nice deep full inhale, like a wave, belly, ribs, and chest. And we're going to do Viloma on the exhale. So exhaling a third of the breath, and pause. Another third, and pause. And releasing all the rest of the breath. Nice deep 3-part yogic breath. On the exhale, exhaling a third of your breath, pause. Second third, and pause. And then exhaling all the rest of the breath. And one more time. Inhaling 3-part yogic breath. On your exhale, exhaling a third, and pause. Another third of your breath, and pause. And then letting everything go. And moving into mindful breath. Breathing into the belly and bringing all your awareness. We'll move into a little 5-minute meditation. All our attention focused on the breath, this abdominal breathing. Practicing this dharana, this single point of focus on the breath. If your attention wanders from the breath, just kindly bring it back. Great love. All your attention on those deep belly breaths. Three more breaths in this meditation, focusing single pointed concentration on the breath. Taking a moment to scan your being, body, prana, energy body, emotional body, sensations inside, pratyahara. Noticing any shifts from when you checked in at the beginning of practice. Your mental, emotional, physical state of being. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set. Practicing some mental rehearsal. Feeling and seeing yourself right there. Intention fully manifests. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we conclude with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Hello, Bruno. Thank you for joining. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.